Welcome, Commanders, to another epic clash from the pages of history, brought to life in total war. Today, we march back to 1297, to the fog-shrouded banks of the River Forth in Scotland. This is the Battle of Stirling Bridge, a legendary showdown where a defiant Scottish army, vastly outnumbered, stood against the might of the English crown. On one side, we have the formidable English force, led by John de Warenne, the Earl of Surrey, and the calculating treasurer, Hugh de Cressingham. They command a disciplined army of heavy cavalry, longbowmen, and seasoned spearmen. Their objective is simple: crush the Scottish rebellion and reassert English authority. They are confident, perhaps too confident, that their superior numbers and heavy knights will sweep the field. On the other side, standing shoulder to shoulder, are the two iconic leaders of the Scottish resistance, the brilliant tactician Andrew Moray and the legendary William Wallace. Their army is a rugged mix of determined spearmen, hardened Highlanders, and a few light cavalry. They lack the polished armor and heavy horses of the English, but they possess something far more potent: a burning desire for freedom and an intimate knowledge of the terrain. The battlefield itself is the key. The only way for the massive English army to engage the Scots is by crossing a narrow, wooden bridge over the River Forth. This bridge can only accommodate 2 horsemen abreast. For the Scots, this isn't a disadvantage, it's a trap. Moray and Wallace have positioned their forces on the high ground overlooking the bridge's northern end, a perfect position to spring their ambush. As the morning mist begins to clear, the English vanguard, led by the impatient Hugh de Cressingham, begins its slow, cumbersome advance across the bridge. The Scots watch, their nerves taut, their hands gripping their spears. Wallace and Moray wait for the perfect moment. They let a significant portion of the English force cross, enough to be a threat, but not enough to overwhelm them. The trap is being set. Then, the signal is given, with a thunderous roar. The Scottish spearmen surge forward, crashing into the English troops who are still disorganized and bottlenecked at the bridgehead. They form an impenetrable wall of sharp steel, a schiltron formation that completely neutralizes the English heavy cavalry. At the same time, a detachment of Scots races to seize control of the bridge itself, cutting off the English advance and, more importantly, their only route of retreat. The scene descends into chaos for the English. Trapped between the river and a forest of Scottish spears, their knights are pulled from their horses and their infantry is systematically cut down. Hugh de Cressingham himself falls amidst the carnage. The rest of the English army, watching in horror from the southern bank, is powerless to intervene. The bridge is a death trap, a funnel of destruction. Seeing the disaster unfolding, the Earl of Surrey orders a retreat, destroying the bridge behind him to prevent a Scottish pursuit. The battle is over. Against all odds, the smaller, less equipped Scottish army has achieved a stunning and decisive victory. They fought not just with spears and swords, but with intelligence, courage, and a masterful use of the landscape. The Battle of Stirling Bridge was a monumental moment in the First War of Scottish Independence. It demonstrated that a well-led, determined infantry force could defeat the seemingly invincible heavy cavalry of the era. It was a victory of strategy over brute force, of homeland defense over imperial ambition. For a brief, glorious time, William Wallace and Andrew Moray had liberated Scotland. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this battle recreation, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more epic Total War history. Let us know in the comments which battle you'd like to see next. Until then, stay legendary.